to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope. It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education. Well, yes. This is rather embarrassing, but it seems I've misplaced something. I can't find my alembic. I suppose I could use another one, but, well, it sounds silly, but mine has sentimental value. If you happen to see it, would you mind bringing it to me? My alembic. I need it for some research and can't seem to find it. The key to wards is that they take time to charge. Not long, but you can't start casting with a fireball coming at you. Also, if your ward isn't negated by an incoming spell, it will recharge itself after a moment or two. Just be careful. Casting wards requires constant concentration, and you can easily find yourself drained of your magical reserves. Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery? Is that the one about something buried beneath Sarthal? Something that men and Mare fought over? I'll have to make a point of rereading it. I don't recall the details. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before. Aliad, Dwemer, Daedric, or even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka, and yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Aaron is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information.
I'm afraid I must
No,
intrude. It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go. Really? Well, allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Sijic Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you, specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants. I'll be the one asking the questions. All you need to know is that the Sijic Order is a rogue organization, believing themselves to be above the law. They have clashed with the Altmeri Dominion before, and I have no intention of allowing that to happen here. Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here, and then he will be removed from college grounds.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. It is good to meet you in person. I'd simply like to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with. You set this chain of events in motion at Sarthal. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so. As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided. We believe that your efforts should be directed towards dealing with the aftermath, but we cannot predict what that will be. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours. He was once a student here at the college. Now he is something different. I presume you refer to Onkano's distaste for the Psijic Order. The Thalmor see our order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them to control us. I assure you that we mean you no harm. I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Were you about to
what
say
is the meaning
something?
of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here he is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly, I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Psijic Order. Here after all these years, and then he just leaves. I hope we didn't offend him somehow.
You must excuse me. I shouldn't be here.
I'm not sure what just happened, but I assure you I will get to the bottom of it. Whatever it is those Psijics are up to, they cannot be trusted. For all we know, he's here to scout out the college. I'm sure they want to undermine our efforts. This orb, the Eye of Magnus, whatever you want to call it, it's clearly powerful, and no doubt they want it for themselves. I expect to be informed if they make any future attempts to contact you. The what? No, I'm quite sure I have no idea what you're talking about. I suggest you mind your own business and return to whatever it is you do here.
what you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed. Has Tolfdir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject. Until next time.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Why are my research materials constantly disappearing? The augur? Tragic story, really. At least the way I heard it. But that was a long time ago. It was some experiment gone horribly wrong. Ghastly results, I was told. And his ghost still roams the halls, they say. Of course, on further reflection, that may have simply been an attempt to scare me. Perhaps I'll ask Tolfdir what really happened. I understand he was here at the time. I'll gladly share my knowledge with you. Until next time.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand? There are few places where that incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim.
Maribel does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
The people of Skyrim have no... Should you ever fall victim to an unfortunate accident, I promise, your remains will be put to good use. There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
I'm working on some very important research, I assure you.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid, but it really is quite valuable.
Is it true? One of the Psijics was here in the college? Huh? That sounds ominous. Are you getting yourself into even more trouble? Did you ask Mirabelle? She runs things around here after all. All right then.
No one's heard from the Physic Order in so many years. Hard to believe one would just suddenly show up here. I've never heard of anything like that. Did you ask Tolfdir? He's been here a long time and seems to know almost everything.
I have many important... Are you quite sure we need to be speaking?
Even with the college's laid back... Oh, no, that won't do at all. Not my problem, not even a little. Take it to Tolfdir. He's supposed to be looking after you lot. Till next time.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership. It's not enough that you've stolen the spotlight with this eye thing. Now you're looking for the augur. I'm not sure what you're playing at, but you do well to remember your place around here. All right then.
Please don't bother. If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly. That's nothing you need to concern yourself with. Very well. It's not something often discussed, as it might be misunderstood by the locals. The Augur is down in the midden, below the college. I don't recommend going down there unless it's absolutely necessary.
Perseverance will only lead to disappointments. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter. which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek. You seek that which all who wield magic seek, knowledge. You shall find this. Knowledge will corrupt. It will destroy. It will consume. You seek meaning, shelter in knowledge. You will not find it. The Thalmor sought the same thing, and it shall lead to his end, as it has so many others. The one who calls himself Ancano. He seeks information about the Eye, but what he will find shall be quite different. His path will cross yours in time, but first you must find that which you need. You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your archmage.
good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope. It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education. Well, I suppose he wouldn't mind. It was all before my time, you understand. I've heard the stories, the same as anyone else. He was a brilliant student, an accomplished wizard, delved into magic in a way none had seen before. But I think he became too focused on just how much power he could acquire. That's what led to the accident. Well, I suppose he wouldn't mind.
I have many important... Are you quite sure we need to be speaking?
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Really? And what might that be? I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it. And how do you know of this? Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this. I certainly do. Since you went so far as to seek out the Augur for advice, I thought you'd be more enthusiastic. Something as specific and ancient as the Staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
Good day, friend. College is a bit of an oddity in Skyrim. Magic isn't something that's looked upon fondly here.
I have many important things on my mind.
I'd better get going.
Your concerns are not among.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary. Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking? The Eye of Magnus? I can appreciate that this thing, this orb, it's very impressive, very unique, and definitely worth studying. But let's not jump to any conclusions or assign it importance beyond what we're certain of. Well, it's said to be very powerful. Has the capacity to store an incredible amount of magical power, as the story goes. But it's more myth than anything at this point. I've no doubt that it actually exists, but no one has seen it in, what, decades? Longer? I'm not sure. The only time I've heard it mentioned was when those Synod characters showed up some months ago looking for it. Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor. Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power. No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mzulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative. I'm not really sure. Made and used by Magnus himself, if you believe those sorts of things. I believe I've heard it said that it's the only thing that could adequately contain his power. The sort of embellishment wizards of ancient times loved to make.
So you're off to find some staff now? I don't see the point of that. I'd better get going.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You'll give an old man hope.
Jezargo has heard of the Staff of Magnus. Once you are done with it, perhaps you will allow Jezargo to borrow it. Khajiit will follow. Jezargo has heard of the Staff of Magnus. Once you are done with it, perhaps you will... Jezargo only has so much room to carry things. Khajiit will follow.
College is a bit of an oddity in Skyrim. Magic isn't something that's looked upon fondly.
So you're off to find some staff now? I don't see the point of that.
I've got your back. I am sworn to carry your burdens. I'll head back home if you need me.
So far, if only because no one is telling me how great I ought to be. I just want to learn. I don't want to think about what's expected of me. I'd better get going.
Divine smile on you, friend.
Restoration is a perfectly valid... Why are my research materials constantly...
Some are saying the Sijic monks have been seen in Skyrim. They are an ancient order. I had them figured for dead.
So exciting when new folk come into town. I bet you've had plenty of adventures.
How are your students coming along?
Some of them have a long way to go, but they're mostly passable. Don't let them hear I said that, though.
Of course not. Complacency is the bane of art. They're in good hands with you, Inga.
Yes, Headmaster. It makes me sad. Oh, sorry. My mind wanders sometimes. I was just thinking about Finn's loot. Over a year ago, thieves broke into the college and made off with a lot of valuable things, mostly gold and silver. But they also stole Finn's loot. We just learned where the bandits fled to, and I very much want that loot back. Finn was the bard who invented the 8-course loot that is commonplace today. Until he found a way to string the extra courses, bards only had 6-course loots. The loot they stole is Finn's original 8-course loot. I doubt they even realize its true value. Glad that distraction's over.
You and me, we're the only people around who aren't complete fools.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
May
Anytime,
song
friend.
speed you along.
Remember, it's your job to deliver these songs. Excite the crowds, draw them in. They will love you for it.
Lady Atia says my voice is second only. Few can resist me. I can't understand why Yorn would want to join the Imperial Legion. Soldiers only appreciate one thing, and it isn't music.
Only reason I'm so with a lute is because I'm old. It takes a lifetime to master.
That damn fool! I should wring her neck. Lorena. That fool student of mine stole my flute and sold it to some necromancer. I just got a ransom note for it. That flute has been handed down for 17 generations.
Your solo.
Well, don't just stand there. Go get my flute.
Hear your early rendition tomorrow. Understand?
Apparently, Lorena told him some story about the flute being able to make the dead dance.
I hope it can stand up to the
It's just a
classics.
flute. A really old and valuable flute, but just a flute. Now you can say you've met the most talented bard in all of Skyrim.
Welcome to Solitude, home of the arts here in Skyrim.
Only reason I'm so good with a lute is because I'm old. It takes a
Lady
lifetime to
Atia
master.
says my voice is second only to hers, but she's
Youngest
selling me
bard at the
short.
Bard's College, at your service.
Only reason I'm so good with lute is because I'm old. It takes a lifetime to master.
How are your students coming along?
Some of them have a long way to go, but they're mostly passable. Don't let them hear I said that, though.
Of course not. Complacency is the bane of art. They're in good hands with you, Inga.
Yes, Headmaster. Only reason I'm so good with a lute is because I'm old. It takes a lifetime to master.
You and me, we're the only people around who aren't complete fools.
Divine smile on you. My position, Dean of History, actually covers a wide range of subjects. I teach poetry, writing, history, and the finer points of court life. Well, you've come to the right place. I suppose I should return
What are you
to my
doing
papers.
that for?
Dean A.
never should have come here. They never see water. You don't work.
Over here! Did you hear something?